Thank God we didn't have to wait long for season 2, episode 1 of Castlevania Nocturne because season 1 had such a great finale, and Alucard is back, baby.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're watching this now,
I assume you're watching this because you've seen it before.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just starts with season 2, episode 1.
A crazy person.
A crazy
That's
person.
who.
That's who. All right.
Oh, we're finding out what Alucard's been up to.
Mm-hmm. Egypt.
Okay.
I mean, that's where the vampire messiah comes from.
It's true.
It's okay, Bucky.
Yeah, we'll give you your blanket.
But I can kill every one of you. No choice.
He always gives them an option.
They chose poorly.
Yes, they did. Oh, sliced in half.
He just makes it look effortless.
I know. Ooh. It's got a beautiful dance with him.
So I'm getting cat-like vibes. Is she supposed to be like bossed?
She's dead now.
True. Yeah, I think it's the canopic jars. I don't think it's gonna be. But sure.
Old blood?
Rotten old blood. Why not? It's a neat trick.
Mm-hmm. Big. Ooh. They're quite skilled lasting this long against Alucard.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! Badass move.
Psych.
Yeah, you should be scared. Oh! I could watch a whole episode of Alucard just killing people.
Somebody's not home.
No, I twitch.
Let me kill every last one of you. Then there's nothing fucking here.
What a waste of my time.
Oh, the inconvenience of it all.
Yeah, could have told me there was nothing here. I wouldn't have had to kill you.
Why not keep the world in darkness forever and destroy it all at once? We should attack again now, while she's weak.
She's not weak. I'm sorry I didn't get here sooner. Who did you lose?
Her mother. Though she's not exactly dead.
I'm sorry. I know how she feels.
I found a well. There are places we can sleep which are dry enough.
Thanks, Mizrak.
Okay, his name begin with an M, Mizra or something like that.
How much do you know?
She absorbed the power of an Egyptian goddess called Sekhmet.
I went to find the source of it. Perhaps it would be a key to her weakness. A way to destroy her. I found a temple, Sekhmet's tomb.
You mean the goddess is dead?
Dead for thousands of years. Her blood, however, is still stored in the temple.
Why did they keep her blood?
So that one day Sekhmet could return to Earth and rule again as she did at the dawn of time. Which meant someone drinking the blood.
Isabet.
She's very powerful.
Yeah.
We had to run.
An Egyptian deity has two souls, called the Ba and the Ka. The first is present in the blood. The second is in the goddess's heart, which is preserved in her mummy.
She gave her heart to her mother.
It's an ancient pagan practice.
Sounds lovely.
Centuries ago, the mummy was stolen. Drolta was Sekhmet's high priestess and did everything she could to conceal this fact. I spent the last few years tracking it. The tomb robbers, their descendants. Across Africa and then to Europe. I believe it's in Paris now, where I must go to destroy it. And I could use some help. Richter, you're a Belmont after all.
Oh. She's like, yeah, she didn't help my mom.
Oh, Batfire babe.
Yeah, you've looked better.
I will make him grovel and piss himself in terror. His half-breed neck and tie it to my chariot.
No, you won't.
Alucard, son of Dracula, how dare you leave me all alone?
He's a living legend who's known my family for hundreds of years, and he appears from nowhere saying I should go with him on this important mission to fight evil.
So listen.
And I'm a Belmont. How can I refuse?
You can't.
But I know Maria won't come. She won't leave Terra. She'll want revenge, which will get her killed. I could tell her this plan, going to Paris, is the way to get revenge, win this war, but suppose it isn't.
Best shot you got.
Staying here to be defeated again isn't a plan at all.
Well said.
Speaker woman, think what a powerful servant you would be. Do some magic.
Ta-da! Good job. Next time, be more specific.
As if you could be another daughter. You are no daughter, but perhaps I have a use for you. The abbot, bring him to me. Now.
Mashgul's a long way. I don't know if I can keep making eyes that far.
Find out.
The light still seeps through.
Some light, yeah. Guess maybe it's diffused enough to be less potent.
Give them eternal rest, O Lord, and let the eternal light shine upon them. May they rest in peace through the mercy of God. Amen.
Now it's time for you to sing.
No songs today. Why is that?
I'm sorry that all your friends are dead.
You didn't really have friends.
How can a creature like you be sorry? The girl from Sandamang, she was your friend. You remember her, don't you?
Yes.
That is not possible.
These men died because they believed in you. So you pray for them, hoping it will help, but not for us.
What would be the point of prayers? And when the time comes, you will see me there.
In hell with him, yeah.
Yeah.
At least he knows that. Also, like, all the shit you've seen, dude, like, you just can't believe, like, a night creature could have feelings and remember.
Are you going to tell me how strangely beautiful I look?
We saved our little girl.
Did we?
We?
What does she want?
She wants you to come when she calls.
You still love her, Maria. Even now you're a vampire.
Of course I love her.
Stay away from Maria, Dara. If you harm her now, your sacrifice will have been for nothing.
Oh, what a loving father you are.
You want to really help? Go fetch her an umbrella.
What will you do if I don't cage you? Will you do more than just sing?
Like, you want him to cook or something for you?
Whatever happens with your mother, Maria, it won't bring you peace. She's a vampire. We have to accept that.
Just like that?
Sorry, of course, not just like that.
As if my mother matters to you as much as she does to me. You chose to leave her there, and you were only able to take me with you because I was unconscious. You ran away, Richter.
Like you always do.
That's what she has to tell herself, Richter. The reality is too painful.
Yeah.
Welcome to immortality. Have you fed yet? It's impossible to fight it, but it doesn't make you an animal.
I could tell her what a treacherous little snake you are. Well, you can relax. I'm not going back to Erzsébet.
I see. It's good. You're following your heart then. But you might want to eat something first.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna eat your daughter.
What are they? Vampires. Me and Richter, we used to think it was fun to kill them. What's it like to have one as your father?
Complicated.
Well, they're not all Erzsébet battery. My father, I believe there was good in him. He loved my mother, and that made him not evil. I've known human men who were far worse.
Like my father, he's a forge master.
Families, eh?
So love can redeem them.
Love is a fragile, capricious thing in this cold, fleeting world. But if anything can redeem anyone, then yes, love, probably.
What happened to your father in the end?
He's in hell with his wife.
I killed him.
The Revolutionary Army. The government in Paris must have sent them to join us.
I don't know that they were sent to help.
No, that they didn't make much of a difference against Erzsébet.
True.
There's gonna be.
Just more food for
Yep.
her.
You said there's a light in the darkness, but I can't see any light. We lost. There was a power down there. It swept Papa Legba aside like a cobweb.
Papa Legba is the gatekeeper, Annette, who opens and closes the portals to the spirit world. You need to go further.
Why did you give this task to me?
Hear, see.
Hear what? See what?
Annette, are you all right?
Yeah, it's perfectly normal to collapse in a ring of fire.
Maria doesn't want me here.
Mizrak will keep an eye on her.
There's someone else who can come and protect her.
Yeah, Grandpa Richter.
Countess, we need to discuss our next steps.
When we are ready, we march on Paris. Cut this revolution's head off. I believe they're fond of beheadings. But that isn't why I summoned you here.
You did not summon me.
You asked me to come, and I agreed.
How many of your hell beasts?
Shows some backbone.
Your monks are all dead. Use them.
No. I won't do that. I will let them rest in peace, if God wills it.
They are not simply your servants, then.
They will do as I command.
You could bring her back, and she would still be herself.
Not guaranteed.
Yeah.
She was undead. I don't know if the machine can work with such material.
Ooh, cool. Never seen that before.
I do not accept it. You will do so.
But she's a vampire.
She never had one.
Doesn't have a soul.
Bring her back.
Oh, I mean, brother, send yourself, dude. I don't feel bad for you at all.
No.
Edouard's made his choice, Annette. You'll see him again.
Where's Maria?
She ran off to meet the Revolutionary Army.
If it's the National Guard, she'll be in her element. Catching up on the news about Paris, debating them to death about God knows what.
Tell her we looked for her, and we'll see her again too.
Don't tell her anything.
Okay, he's staying behind.
I'll tell her myself.
Oh, yeah. So look after her. Booty call. I want to see what kind of night creature Batfire Babe becomes.
She's very turned on by this.
Mm-hmm. I think the machine's gonna break.
Maleficent?
Ooh. Okay. She looks pretty cool.
I mean, she looks pretty close to herself.
Father Forge Master.
Yeah.
This was very kind. But I hope you don't expect me to obey you. As always, I have one mistress, and one mistress alone. And she has a world to conquer.
Okay. So she basically is herself. Yeah. She retained like her bat form. All right. I'm okay with that because I liked her as a character. So bringing her back is yeah, that's fine by me.
I am a little curious though. So when a human dies and they're brought back in the machine, they turn into a night creature. There is something horrible and twisted about like how they appear after they come out of the machine, whether or not they retain their soul.
Yeah.
She came out pretty much looking like herself.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was like herself when it was like her already transformed self with like the Batfire hair and the wings and everything like that. And like now her like shoes are like a permanent part of her. Like hooves, like, you know, almost.
So is the key to coming out looking the same as never having a soul to begin with? If that's or like being from hell in the first place?
Yeah, exactly. Like she was already twisted by becoming a vampire, and so probably lost her soul over the years. Didn't have any love in her heart.
So the moral of the story is be a vampire so you won't die. But if you do die, there is a necromancy machine that will bring you back exactly in your best form.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the point of this whole series. I think you just nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great opening scene with Alucard. I mean, just to end it with Alucard and then begin with Alucard in this season was perfect. And like, because like the rest of this was kind of just, you know, the aftermath of the battle and setting up what's to come for this season. Didn't get like, so I'm glad that they gave us that action in the beginning, because it was, like you said, it was just like a beautiful dance and it was just so effortless. And each, like, it kept surprising me with different things it did, especially the last one when it was like spinning around and then all of a sudden you saw that it was that the hands were still attached. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so happy that Alucard's in the mix. And I love his very strong perception of what's going on. Because he immediately comes in and is like, who did you lose?
Yeah.
Like, he knows right away that they've had losses, that they're grieving. And, you know, I love the humanity of saying, you know, I'm glad I'm here, but I wish I'd come sooner, you know?
Yeah.
It's not Alucard's fault he wasn't there sooner. He arrived when he arrived, and we're so damn grateful that he's there because it feels like we don't stand a chance without him. But he has the humanity to recognize the grief and to say, I wish I'd been here sooner, and then maybe it wouldn't have had to happen. Which who's to say that's true or not, to be fair.
Yeah.
I want to put that on his shoulders.
No, he's saying, you know, that Batfire Babe and Drolta and Erzabet really like don't have a soul. But I guess their souls are like they're just black. Erzabet did care for Drolta, and like you saw the change. I mean, she like desperately wanted her back, and like, was more than just like losing, you know, I don't know, a right hand lieutenant or whatever, or soldier. Like it was seemed like she was the only person that Elizabeth like cared about other than herself.
Yeah. I mean, they use the term like have a soul or not have a soul to kind of differentiate. And I like that Elizabeth said, like, is that what you think the difference between us is?
Mm-hmm.
Because it does raise the question, is that the difference? What constitutes a soul? Who's there to say like who has one and who doesn't?
Yeah, just because you're evil doesn't mean you don't have a soul. I mean, we do often use the word like soulless to describe evil and twisted people, but it doesn't. They just have a black dark soul, like, you know, just so.
You know, and I brought up the not having a soul with regards to the night creature machine because that is in part how, like, again, how the abbot talked about it, like, oh, but she doesn't have a soul, like, I don't know what this will do. So again, that's the frame in which I use that expression was again from the abbot, who he does have this idea that that's what differentiates them. But, you know, like, I kind of wonder if Elizabeth was going to give us a lesson in the night creature machine, like, what would her version be?
Elizabeth.
Whatever.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth. So, well, I don't like the abbot at all. I don't think I'll ever like him. I don't think he ever can like redeem himself. In my eyes, I will say, I guess it's the only thing I can say is balls on him to stand up to Elizabeth. And it seemed like everything he went through, losing Maria's mom, like getting turned into a vampire, like him almost sacrificing his daughter. Like I like how he tries to like take credit for that. Like it was like oh, like we did the right thing in the end. All this stuff, like it felt like he finally saw how much he had traded in or like lost his way and his ideals and like what he actually believed in. And now, like, to actually like, stand up for it and be like, no, like these people have souls. And like when I was turning people into night creatures, I thought it's because they like didn't have souls and like, you know, they were already at peace in heaven. You know, they were just like the vessel, an empty vessel. And I was just pulling in like dark demons from hell to do this bidding. Maybe it's just because he's learning more, but whatever it was, like it seems as though he started to find himself a little bit more and find out, I guess, his red line and like actually make a line in the sand that he was actually going to stand by this time instead of like keeping pushing it back further and further. And it's like and keep sacrificing his ideals and his morals and everything like that and what he believes in. But so like I said, I guess the only word I can think of is getting a little bit some respect for him in that way, even though I mean he sucks.
You give him a little bit of credit, I'm gonna take a little bit away.
Okay.
I like what Edward said in terms of like, oh, you're going to give all of these soldiers burials and whatnot, but for the night creatures, you're just going to burn them.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking with me, you're asking me to sing, you're acknowledging I have a soul, and yet my people, the night creature people, you're still going to treat like dirt and just burn a pile of bodies.
But I think that conversation is what kind of led him to the fact that they had a soul. I think when he did that, I don't think he knew that he thought they were soulless. And he's like, he couldn't believe that Edward still remembered his friend. Annette. So, I mean, the abbot sucks. So I'm like, I don't want to defend him.
I guess I'm curious if it had an impact for him in terms of not turning Christian men into night creatures. But I'm wondering, like, you've had a conversation with Edward. Do you acknowledge that there are people beyond just your Christian men that actually have souls and values in life?
Okay. I see what you're saying there.
And I feel like it doesn't for him yet. And
yeah,
so that's where I'm like, you give a little credit, I'm going to take a little credit away. But you're talking about the balls on him. What about the balls on Maria's mom?
Yeah.
Blowing fire right up into Elizabeth's eyes. Like, she's got balls.
Mm-hmm. Well, she always had those. I mean, she was always courageous.
True, but I also think like it takes a special kind of courage to do that when you are literally in the grasp of someone who could just like no questions. It's like, it's one thing to throw yourself into a battle, you may or may not come out of it. It's another to be in the hands of the person who can just snap your life right out of you and be like, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, but at this point, she's like, you can also think that she's already dead. And like, what life does she have really? Like, she doesn't want to be a slave or anything. And so,
True.
But I mean, again, but probably the only thing keeping her going is her daughter. Like, you know, like tracking her daughter, making sure her daughter's safe. And like, that's just gonna be like, she's gonna work from the shadows and just keep an eye on her daughter. Which I wonder if Richter said that Maria had somebody else like looking out for her. Is that what he meant? Did he mean the mother? Did he mean grandfather? Like, we still haven't seen, like, I hope that he comes back at some point. Or did he mean Marcus? The guy we call Marcus.
Honestly, I don't know. Because I can't remember who the cutaway shot was. after that. Because usually when they say like, you know, when there's like but who will come next, or so-and-so is looking out, or something, like the next cutaway is to the person that they're referencing. And this, I feel like the cutaway was to the abbot? Anyway, it was not something where I thought immediately in my head, oh, this is who they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was like, is this related to that? I don't really think, because I would not think of the abbot as protecting anyone.
No, definitely not. I mean, yeah. We'll see.
I give him no
Could
credit.
have changed. Just turn over a new leaf. We're going to love the abbot by the end of season 2.
I mean, look, better to have a line than not have one at all.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess on the scale of, like, heinously deplorable evil to, like, 99.9% heinously deplorable evil, he's earned the 0.1% of, like, hey, he found a line. Yay. Well done.
Yay for 0.1%.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something's better than nothing.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want all of our reactions for Castlevania Nocturne, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching our reaction for Castlevania Nocturne, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.